Welcome to Fixing Cars. We are in the process of restoring a 1986 Chevy Celebrity, and today is the day when we are working at the rear brakes. Starting, this car was sitting in a garage for 10 years, and now we're trying to fix the brakes because, as you can see, everything is rusted. So now we're gonna start hammering. I'm gonna try using a lot of WD-40 and hammering.
Okay, perfect. It's coming out. Coming out. Okay, almost there.
Oh, and voila! Wow! And as you can see, the pistons were leaking. So how this works? Okay. So you have the brake line back here and the bleeder. This is after we fix all the brakes. This is where we're gonna bleed the brakes. We're gonna remove the air out from the brakes from here. Basically, you have a piston over here that pushes the brake caliper, and down here, this is a mechanical adjuster. This one, when your brake caliper runs out, this one just pushes, automatically adjusts your brake. So now, as you can see, everything is stuck in here, and this one needs a lot of cleaning. This is what happens with a car when it sits for over 10 years without running. It gets rust all over. So now we have to clean all of this. To be able to take this down, first you have to remove these two springs from here. You have one here and one comes on the other side. And now on both sides of the brakes you have this little spring with a bolt. This one is already removed. So basically what you have to do, you get the bolt, press the spring and turn, and automatically comes out. See? Bang. So this spring has a hole and it gets locked into that bolt. After you remove the securing pin, you just open them up and get them out. That's all. Okay. The only thing that you have to do right now is to remove the emergency brake spring from here. So you have a spring down here, and this is the emergency brake. You have to remove this out, and then you take them out. You also have to check this adjuster. This is basically the automatic adjuster that will adjust your brakes. Your adjuster should screw and unscrew like this. Yeah, mine was all frozen, and because it was all frozen, it didn't adjust the brakes automatically. So, this one, when you brake, you see, it just rotates and adjusts automatically. So we just finished cleaning everything out. It looks much better now. If you have the pistons to replace it, you can just replace it. This piston it's very good now, it's working. So I'm gonna keep the old one. You have these bolts with the spring, you remember? Put them back here, you turn, and they don't come up.
and it's done. Now, let's put the next one. The same thing. You have the bolt that goes back here. I'm using a very small plier to push and turn.
It's good. As you can see, the piston is just pushing the caliper out, so that means the piston is good. Okay. This piece is for the emergency brake. Has a little spring that goes on this side. Then we have to put this clamp here. Okay. Okay. Now the springs. You should have. Okay. Now the springs. You should have 3 springs. 2 big ones and 1 small one. The small one goes on the bottom.
And if you don't have a special tool, use a plier. 1 and 2.
Down here, we're gonna put the mechanical adjuster. This car it was built in 1986, but it had a mechanical adjuster. Very smart thing to do. Okay. And here you have one more spring for the mechanical adjuster that goes back here. I have one more spring that goes back here behind the adjuster. So it's done, it's clean, and now we have to adjust a little bit the mechanical adjuster here. You put the top on, and if it's now it goes too easily, so what you're gonna do, we'll adjust the mechanical adjuster. We're gonna turn the wheel so we can open the adjuster. Let's see. Okay. Just a little bit more.
We open the adjuster a little bit more. Let's see. It's too much. Let's see.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit of Vaseline over here. This way, whenever I wanna work again on the brakes, it's gonna be easier to remove the cap. Yeah. Make sure you don't put the Vaseline inside here because it's gonna get a lot of dust. Outside here, it's okay. It's gonna be easier next time when you wanna take the cap. Perfect. It's perfect. Now we need to start. It's perfect. Now we need to start bleeding the brakes. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this little cap. Someone is gonna go in the car and start pushing on the brake pedal, and the air that we have in the installation is gonna pop out. You're gonna see bubble of air coming out from here. As soon as you see only oil, only brake fluid coming out from here and no more bubbles of air, that means the brakes are all good. So you put the cap back and that's all.